Omar Trinidad is not just a name in the boxing world. He is a rising force, a relentless warrior whose journey from the streets to the spotlight has inspired fans and struck fear into opponents. Born and raised with a hunger for greatness, Omar's career has been defined by discipline, hard work, and an unwavering belief in his own abilities. From the moment he first stepped into a gym, it was clear he was cut from a different cloth. Sharp reflexes, devastating power, and the mindset of a champion. His training regimen is as intense as his fighting style, combining explosive combinations with strategic precision, making him a nightmare for anyone standing across the ring. Omar's footwork is surgical, his jab like a spear, and his body shots are capable of breaking the will of even the toughest contenders. Every fight he's taken has been a step forward, a statement to the boxing world that he is here not just to compete but to dominate. Fans love his aggressive yet intelligent approach, a pressure fighter who knows exactly when to attack and when to bait his opponent into costly mistakes. He's not a one-dimensional brawler. Omar studies his opponents meticulously, adapting, mid-fight, turning their strengths into weaknesses. Outside the ring, he carries himself with humility and focus, understanding that the true fight is won in the gym long before the lights come on and the crowd roars. He has fought through adversity, endured punishing battles, and emerged stronger each time, proving that his heart is just as strong as his fists. With every victory, Omar Trinidad has carved his place among boxing's most promising talents. And now, as he prepares for his next bout, the stakes are higher than ever. This isn't just another fight, it's another chance for Omar to prove why his name belongs alongside the greats, to show the world the speed, power, and precision that make him a dangerous opponent for anyone daring enough to face him. In the upcoming showdown, Omar Trinidad steps into the ring with the weight of expectation and the fire of ambition burning inside him. His fans know him as a man who never backs down, who pushes the pace from the opening bell until the final second, and who thrives under pressure when the spotlight is at its brightest. Omar's preparation for this fight has been nothing short of brutal. Hours of sparring with top-tier fighters, grueling conditioning drills, and endless repetitions of his signature combinations to ensure every punch lands with maximum impact. His coaches speak of him as a student of the game, someone who obsesses over details, who will watch hours of tape to dissect an opponent's habits, and who enters the ring with a game plan sharp enough to cut through any defense. But what truly sets Omar apart is his mindset, the unshakable belief that no man can outwork him, no challenge can break him, and no moment is too big for him to handle. He has a unique ability to remain calm in chaos, to turn an opponent's momentum into his own advantage, and to strike with perfect timing when the opportunity presents itself. As the crowd fills the arena and the sound of gloves hitting mitts echoes backstage, Omar will walk toward the ring with the same determination that brought him here, ready to give everything, to leave nothing behind, and to remind everyone watching that boxing is as much about will as it is about skill. For his opponent, this fight will be a war. For Omar, it will be another chapter in a story that is only just beginning. And when the final bell rings, whether it ends with a thunderous knockout or a masterful decision victory, one thing is certain: Omar Trinidad will make sure the world remembers his name. From the moment Lorenzo Parra laced up his first pair of boxing gloves in Maracay, Venezuela, the world around him seemed to shrink into a single focus: the ring. Born with the kind of natural reflexes and quicksilver instincts that coaches dream about but rarely ever see, Parra was not just a boy chasing a sport, he was a young warrior shaping his destiny with every punch, every slip, every ounce of discipline he poured into his training. His early years were marked by hunger, both literal and figurative. Growing up in an environment where opportunities were scarce and hard work was not optional but essential for survival, Lorenzo learned the value of grit before he even knew the word. While other kids played games in the street, Parra was shadowboxing. Under the fading light, his knuckles raw from hours of working the bag, his mind locked on a vision few could see. It wasn't long before his natural ability started to turn heads. Trainers noticed his uncanny sense of distance, his ability to read an opponent's movements before they even committed to a punch. It was like watching a chess master who thought 3 moves ahead, only his chessboard was a squared circle and his pieces were a flurry of precise, stinging blows. When Parra stepped into the amateur circuit, it became clear that he wasn't just another prospect, he was something special. His footwork was a dance of calculated aggression, blending lightning-fast jabs with razor-sharp counters that left opponents guessing and gasping. Victory after victory piled up, but it wasn't just about the wins, it was the way he won. The crowd loved his style, a rare mix of finesse and firepower, a fighter who could make the sweet science look both beautiful and dangerous at the same time. In the gyms of Venezuela, word began to spread. Lorenzo Parra was destined for greatness. He carried himself with the quiet confidence of someone who knew he had something rare, yet he never let arrogance cloud his focus. Every fight was another step forward, every sparring session another lesson learned, and behind all the skill was an iron will, the kind of mentality that refused to break no matter how tough the opponent or how grueling the training camp. His rise through the ranks wasn't without its battles outside the ring. Financial hardships, limited resources, and the pressure of carrying the hopes of his community could have easily crushed a lesser spirit. But Parra thrived under that weight, using it as fuel. He trained harder, pushed further, and sharpened his tools with a relentless dedication that bordered on obsession. His diet, his conditioning, his technical drills, everything was approached with surgical precision. By the time he was ready to turn professional, there was already a buzz in the boxing world. Whispers about the young Venezuelan phenom who fought like he had dynamite in his hands and ice in his veins. His pro debut was nothing short of electrifying. The bell rang, and within moments it was obvious that Parra's skills translated perfectly to the professional stage. His combinations came in crisp bursts, his defense was tight and reactive, and his composure under fire was almost unnerving. For someone so new to the pro scene, fans could see it, commentators could feel it. A new star had just stepped onto the scene. Parra's early professional career became a highlight reel of precision striking and tactical brilliance. Each opponent brought something different to the table. Some tried to overwhelm him with pressure. Others tried to outbox him from the outside, but Parra had answers for them all. His adaptability inside the ring was perhaps his greatest weapon. If you tried to brawl, he'd make you miss and pay with surgical counters. If you tried to keep him at bay, he'd cut the ring off with masterful footwork and trap you in the corners. Every fight was another chapter in his growing legend, and with each victory, his confidence grew. But it wasn't reckless confidence. It was the kind that comes from preparation, from knowing you've put in the work when nobody was watching. His stamina was relentless, his timing impeccable, and his ring IQ years ahead of his age. By the time title opportunities came knocking, Parra was not just ready, he was hungry. His breakthrough moment came when he challenged for the world title. The atmosphere that night was electric, the arena buzzing with anticipation as the young Venezuelan stepped into the spotlight. Facing a seasoned champion, Parra knew he was in for the toughest test of his career. But from the opening bell, he made it clear he was there to take what he had earned. He mixed his attacks beautifully, jabbing to the body, snapping hooks upstairs, slipping just outside the champion's power shots and coming back with punishing counters. Round after round, Parra's precision chipped away at his opponent's confidence. The crowd roared as he took control of the fight, and when the final bell rang, there was little doubt about the outcome. The judges' scores confirmed it. Lorenzo Parra was the new world champion. In that moment, years of sacrifice, struggle, and sweat crystallized into a single, shining achievement. The boy who once trained in dimly lit gyms with worn-out gloves was now a world champion, carrying the pride of Venezuela on his shoulders.